So YouTube, they really skewered a lot of content creators on this one. Okay, what's good, everybody? Urban Mauler here, and I got some information for you. I'm usually not the kind of person to even think about posting a video like this, especially considering how small of a YouTuber I am, but I'm doing this not only for every content creator out there that watches my channel, but I'm also doing this primarily and solely for the smaller YouTubers out there that are kind of in the dark about everything that's going on with the whole FTC, the COPPA law, and what happened with YouTube and all this other stuff. All right, so if you go onto the social media platforms, you go onto Twitter, primarily, you'll see that that YouTube made a big oopsie. Okay, long story short, how YouTube messed up. This is what happened back in 1998. All right, and everything I'm going to tell you before we go any further, everything I'm going to tell you is strictly and solely off of the research that I've done, research that I've read, listened to, and watched. A lot of the stuff that I'm going to say is probably going to be repeated from other YouTubers out there, but only because I've done my research on it. I've solely looked into this very much so, and I even got a little bit of something to show you guys as well in the middle of the video. So just bear with me. It may be a long one, but there's a lot to go over here. Okay. So, long story short, YouTube messed up very bad. Okay, back in 1998, there was a law that was not reinstated, but there was a law that was instated called the Child Online Privacy Protection Act, or the COPPA law. What the COPPA law did, or does I should say, the COPPA law makes it to where children, minors in particular, under the age of 13 years old or 13 years old and below, can't have ads solicited to them. They can be targeted with ads. Is to keep from people, big streaming chains like YouTube and everyone else like that from basically stealing content from them for the most part, stealing information from them using those targeted ads, with something called cookies. It's an internet version, not the chocolate chip cookie, okay? Cookies in general, like the internet version of cookies, which basically saved any personal information that was saved on the internet, which will go on the cookies. And what'll happen is when these ads get in these videos, the ads that you watch before, during, and after the video on YouTube, those ads are in there collecting data, which it can be done to adults, but not to minors under the age of 13 years old. That's where YouTube messed up. The way the COPPA law worked, like I said, it was brought back up in 1998. Okay, in 2013, it was reinstated when the FTC, or the Federal Trade Commission, asked YouTube, does everything check out here? Nobody's listening. Asked anybody. YouTube, long story short, goes, yeah, no, we're good. There's no ads being targeted with anybody. We're fine. Okay. Well, a couple of child advocacy groups basically went to the Federal Trade Commission, the FTC, telling them that YouTube has been making an oopsie. They've been soliciting ads to minors. Well, the FTC, this law was supposed to be reinstated in 2023, but since the FTC was told by these groups that YouTube was doing this, it was reinstated early just this year. Well, I also found out back in September, of this year, YouTube was sued for $170 million. Yeah, I don't know about you, but that's a lot of money to some of us broke folk. Okay, here's the deal: YouTube paid the fine. They know they messed up. They were caught red-handed in the act. Hands down, they were legitimately caught by the FTC, by the Federal Trade Commission. And I say federal because these guys don't mess around. All right. YouTube was fined for a settlement of $170 million. Okay. Now here's what happened. Long story short, YouTube pretty much said, we paid our price. Now the FTC can do whatever they want to the content creators. They practically threw out all the content creators under the bus. So what'll happen, you'll go to upload a video and you'll see, you'll get a little message that says, is your content and or channel made for kids? Well, you have the option to choose yes, my content is made for kids. No, my content is not made for kids. Well, this did nothing for content creators family-oriented channels. I know one of my favorite family YouTube channels that I watch, and I don't watch them like that anymore, but I used to very much so back when I was just getting into YouTube, was the Ace family. They have kids in their videos. They do kid-friendly things. They target a general audience, but I can almost guarantee you that kids do watch them, man. I mean, heck, if my own girlfriend watches them. That is the one family YouTube group that I actually do watch on occasion. The Ace family is awesome. I personally think they're really awesome. If I never told you that, Heather, then I'm sorry. But the Ace family, the groups like them, the people that target a general audience, what'll happen is that these personalized ads, these targeted ads, the YouTube content creator has no control over what ads goes in their videos. All right, YouTube has control over that. So what'll happen is whenever YouTube put these videos, these ads on these videos, they almost in a sense know whenever like a kid or something's watching. So what'll happen is that they'll put kid-oriented ads in the videos, and what'll happen is that usually kids who watch YouTube like on their parents' tablet or phone or something using their account. Well, the problem is the kids doing the search on the YouTube. So basically, the FTC is pretty much telling parents how to parent. All right, but the problem with that is kids are gonna watch YouTube. That's like their Netflix to them, you know. And it's not fair that people like the Ace family, people that targets that has a general audience, to be hit with such a law. So back to the finding. Okay, YouTube was fined $170 million. The problem is, if you were to, because they had two choices. Yes, my content's made for kids. No, my content's made for kids. Well, here's what happens. If you choose yes, that your content was made for kids, here's what will happen. You lose ad revenue out the gate. I believe, if I read correctly, you lose you lose 60 to 90% of your revenue on that video. That's a lot. Okay, your video no longer has the ability to be liked, commented on, shared, saved to your videos, saved to watch later. The notification button that you'll see on a lot of these channels, that gets turned off if your content's made for kids. Your video will not be searchable. So if you were to look up Urban Mauler and so video, and I said it's made for kids, you won't be able to find it, which is wild. Like that's essentially killing the video and the channel itself. So what'll happen, and that's if you were market for kids. If you choose to say no, it's not made for kids, there's a possibility if you marked it incorrectly, the FTC could fine you $42,530 per violation per video. So let's do the math here. If you 24 videos are incorrectly marked, my buddy getting sued for a whole mill. $1 million you're being sued for. That I personally don't have $42,000 on hand, and I can almost guarantee you some of the bigger YouTubers out there may have it, but that will put a big dent in them for sure. But that's the idea. And with us smaller YouTubers, there's another double whammy here. While YouTube messed up with the FTC, on December 10th, there will be a new terms of agreement that'll be updated into the YouTube streaming platform, into the YouTube in general. And what it pretty much said is that and I don't know, look, if y'all know what this means, let me know down in the comment box below, because I've been asking around, I've been trying to do my research on it, and even I don't even understand what this means. If a YouTube channel or the content creators, their content is not commercially viable, there's a possibility that your channel can be taken off of YouTube. Ouch. And that's a double-edged sword for a lot of people out there that doesn't have kid-targeted like channels, because if the FTC decides that their content is kid-friendly, not only are they losing the money on their channel, the ability to promote the video, but on top of that, you have the December 10th terms agreement that says if it's not commercially viable, which when I hear that, I think of not pulling in enough money to survive on YouTube, it's gonna be taken down. That's a double-edged sword. Not only are you losing revenue and the ability to promote, but you're potentially losing your channel as well, because it's not pulling in it's not commercially viable. So whatever that means, still let me know, because I don't. So here's the deal, okay? gaming content in general, they're under fire. I don't care how big of a YouTuber you are. I'm just a measly small YouTuber. I have no lawyers to like back this up. This is not like anything like gaming channels attract kids. My channel attracts kids. I can almost guarantee you there are at least 3 maulers out there that watches my videos. But my thing is, I won't lie to you, I'm not intentionally targeting my younger maulers. You see what I'm saying? Like my video, the games that I play, Players Unknown Battleground is not kid friendly. Let's just go and throw that out there. Naruto 2 Boruto Shinobi Striker. The ways that they tell you if your videos are kid friendly or not is so broad and so vague. It's like being in an open field full of fog and be able to look at a shadow from about 2 miles away, not be able to make out what it is. It's just that vague. The ways they tell you if your content is kid friendly or not, and I'm going off top of my head here, this is some of the ones that stuck out to me the most, at least. Whether your video or channel uses vibrant colors, if your thumbnail even appeals to kids, if it look like it's even kid friendly, like so having like animations and a cartoon character and things like that in it, that can be deemed as kid friendly. Okay. Let's see what else we got here. If the use of pop culture phrases, if a 13-year-old or younger can understand what he's saying, the use of pop culture phrases will not be like that. That can also be deemed targeting kids. And their version of this is what kills me. This is one thing that kills me. Their version of pop culture phrases, I think one of them was like cool, duh, whatever, free stuff, fun. Like that's their version of like pop culture phrases. And I can almost guarantee you that none of the FTC even watched YouTube before. But somehow, duh, is a targeted. Anywho, weird. PUBG, not a kid-friendly video. Not a kid-friendly video game at all. It is otherworldly. Naruto 2 Boruto Shinobi Striker. It has animations in it, so it can possibly be deemed as kid-friendly, but they be beating each other up merciful on there. Goodness forbid they have blood in that game. That ain't kid friendly in my opinion. Kinda. We don't promote fighting on the channel. In video games we promote fighting on the channel. The thing is, like, a lot of the gaming channels in general, they are going to pull in kids, right? Because they're video games and most people love video games, you know. That we like watching them, you know. But here's the ticket. Here's where it gets wild, okay? I follow, or I'm subscribed to, I should say, on YouTube to a man named Ian Corzine. He calls himself the social media lawyer. My sister Mira Monet, if any of you know who that is, she's also a small YouTuber as well. Which her and a lot of other small YouTubers, and they inspired me to make this video for us unmonetized small YouTubers, you know. But anyway, that's a different story. Ian Corzine, like I said, he's a very reliable source of mine. I usually go to his videos and his content, his information, if I need anything to know about as far as, like, you know, legal, social media stuff, YouTube stuff. I usually go to Ian Corzine. He's great with his YouTube content. He's very informative. He's accurate. It's all get out with the information that he puts out. I haven't seen him put out anything that was like not incorrect in my eyes. I haven't seen anything yet. I may be wrong, but he's a very reliable source of mine. And Ian was saying, and this is the kicker. If you go back and look at the video on YouTube of the FTC talking about the COPPA law, based off what YouTube did, YouTube gave the power to the FTC to basically like throw content creators under the bus. Like, not only, and I quote from the video, not only can we sue YouTube and Google, but individual content creators, and that's scary. One incorrectly marked video for a 42K slap on the freaking back, nobody can recover from that. One incorrect video can bankrupt you. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's too risky. But in any case, Ian was saying, this is the kicker. I just recently watched this video too, because like I said, I watch a lot of his videos. I keep up all of his content because I'll admit I'm a slight bit of an Ian fan. He's really, really cool, really informative. But the man was saying it is kind of creepy too, really. The way he presented was kind of creepy. But like, he was saying how he got a call from some anonymous stranger that said he was really high up in YouTube. And he even got the chance, he even went back and confirmed the information himself on what the guy was telling him. But I'm gonna pull something up. I'm gonna let y'all read this. I originally had the intention of deleting my YouTube channel because of the whole COPPA law and because of the whole terms of agreement, okay? About the whole, if your content's commercially viable, you can be removed from YouTube and probably have your Google account suspended and everything. I was potentially thinking about deleting my channel. And I'll admit, I kind of still am, because what YouTube did to all of us content creators, even the small YouTubers, even to the channels that promotes that kid-friendly information, like Jane Bricks, a lot of those guys, like people that's focused on the toys and the comics and the things that pulls in kids initially, they're like, that's their sole like audience. I feel bad for those guys, right? I really do. And I learned that a lot of those content creators are under so much fire. They really, really are. But I did this video pertaining to initially the gaming community, because our side of things was really, really clouded. And I did a lot of research, and I watched a lot of things, listened to a lot of stuff, and I read a lot of things to try to get a better understanding of where us gaming content creators are right now. Like, what do we do, especially for us small YouTubers? Well, Ian was saying, and he went back to confirm this, and I went to confirm this myself, and here we are right now. If you look, read the blue, and like I said, Ian, he basically like, he went back to confirm this, and I went to confirm this too. So I'm going to show this to y'all. It says here that COPPA only covers information collected online from children. It does not cover information collected from adults that may pertain to children. Thus, COPPA is not triggered by an adult. Uploading photos of children in the general audience site or in the non-child directed portion of a mixed audience website. However, operators of a website or online services that are primarily directed to children must assume that the person uploading a video is a child and they must design either to 1, give notice and obtain prior parental consent, or 2, remove any child images and metadata prior to the posting, or 3, create special area for posting by adults. So what this says, and like I said, this had a lot of smaller YouTubers freaking out too. Like, I have people in my Discord that were talking about deleting their YouTube channel and like talking about like not even focusing on YouTube because of this, like because of the potential fact that 1, he can be removed, or 2, he can be sued. But what this is saying is that people that have the general audience, like gaming channels, for example, the most gaming channels, if I'm not mistaken, from what I've read, and from what I've seen, I should say, most of us gaming channels are not meant to target kids. That is not our sole audience, okay? However, what this is saying is that if you have a general audience that is mixed with kids and adults, the FTC isn't going after you. This is game breaking, because I've seen so many YouTubers quit. As far as gaming channels, I've seen so many YouTubers quit. Smaller YouTubers. There's like 1 or 2 big YouTubers that's dropping out of YouTube as well, all because like we didn't know how much trouble we were in. The FTC isn't targeting those gaming channels because let me rephrase that. The FTC isn't targeting the game channels that has an audience that pertains to kids and adults. That's what I'm trying to get at. So, us small YouTubers, what I'm trying to say, from what I've done my research on, and like I said, this is not totally confirmed. Take this with a grain of salt, because I'm only a small YouTuber. I'm only a messenger, but I've done my research, and if I'm confident enough to say this, our gaming channels will not be under fire by the FTC. But what the problem with this is, YouTube failed to tell us this. That's what got me wanting to delete my channel. YouTube failed to tell us content creators this. They legitimately took their fine, took their slap on the wrist, and then out of nowhere, like they failed to let us know. They left us all high and dry. They didn't tell us this, and it was all to save YouTube's rear. It was all to save their behind. That's why they didn't tell us this from the jump. This is game breaking. Like, this is very game breaking. us small YouTubers don't have to, we can sleep a little bit at night now, knowing that our content, if your content is pulling in a general audience of kids and adults, if your content is pulling in mainly adults, if it's pulling in kid and adults, we're good. We're good. And I will leave this video up for a couple of weeks, like 1 or 2 weeks. And I will have to take this, and I will probably take this video down. If you see videos from my channel start to slowly like deteriorate off of my channel, that means I'm deleting my YouTube. Because I personally love doing this. I love doing YouTube. I have so much fun. I became a heck of a freaking like editor just from practicing like YouTube alone. Like I've gained a lot of skill from trying to become a content creator. But what got me now, what originally had me, is that we were messed up no matter what. We were screwed no matter what. Okay, but that's not my thing now. My thing is YouTube and Google failed to tell us this. They failed to tell us that COPPA only covers information collected online from children. It does not cover information collected from adults that may pertain to children. They failed to tell us that. Why didn't YouTube tell us that? Why didn't Google tell us that? They literally left us high and dry just so they can save their own behinds. Like, that's some game-breaking information right there. People over here losing sleep over this. Gaming channels in general. Heck, PewDiePie, he's like a freaking veteran on YouTube. Even he ended up saying stuff about this. He had to double take back at the information he was reading. And it wasn't on this in particular. This information was just surfaced up not long ago. But he was pertaining to the fact that the FTC and the COPPA law is just being approached in such a wrong way. This law has not been touched since '98. It just gets revived. People gets reminded of it. It was never rewritten. You know what I'm saying? And I also heard something too that's pretty interesting. It'll be nice. It wouldn't be, no one wants to get sued, okay? But it'll be more bearable, I guess, if you got sued for $42,530 per channel, not per video. That's steep. You know what I'm saying? Nobody has 42K on hand. I know I don't. And I know a lot of YouTubers that don't, in my opinion. But like, it's just wild to hear, like, they failed to tell us this. So, me knowing this information now, and this, and like I said, I gotta highlight it for all of us small YouTubers to read, okay? What is gonna happen to the Maulers then? What's gonna happen to Urban Mauler Gaming? I currently don't know yet. Because though there's still some unanswered questions, though us unmonetized YouTubers are safe, us small YouTubers are safe, us small gaming channels are safe, from what it reads here, there's still some unanswered questions. If we were to play games rated T for teen and up, and our audience is a general audience, will we be good from there? If we play an E for everyone game, like let's say Brawlhalla is E for everyone, but we say things that are not exactly kid friendly, are we safe from that? That's nothing I thought about earlier. With this information here, now getting monetizing YouTube is going to be harder. Like we're essentially being reverted back to the old school days of YouTube. Essentially, that's what's happening here. So my thing is now, I still have unanswered questions, and I'm going to try to do research on this. If my videos stay up on my channel, that means I'm probably going to keep my channel. If you see videos on my channel start to like disappear, that means I'm getting rid of my YouTube. Because I feel personally, and I'm a new YouTuber, bro. Like I'm just a measly little YouTuber trying to get it in life. Like I'm just trying to make people happy and show people my side of gaming. But the problem is, YouTube practically betrayed all content creators. And I'm not speaking on behalf of my channel. I'm all for protecting children's privacy. I work with children on a daily basis. If y'all didn't know, I'm a third-degree martial artist and Song Taekwondo. A lot of my maulers that follow me are my own students. And I think I have one of my own instructors that follow me too. Like my own manager, I believe, like, subscribe to me. Like, but the thing is, YouTube and Google failed to tell us that not everyone's under fire. Willingly failed to tell us they were not under fire. They willingly said that they legally cannot and legally will not let us know if our videos on our channel itself is kid friendly or not. Though they sent out a machine, like they sent out an algorithm that YouTube going behind every YouTuber's back, marking their channels for them as kid friendly, not kid friendly. YouTube and Google are essentially trying to kill off like a lot of YouTubers. The FTC referred to us, and this is nothing that got me wanting to quit too. The Federal Trade Commission referred to us content creators. He used the analogy, and I quote, shooting fish in the barrel. Whereas YouTube is the barrel, and the content creators are the fish. I'm slightly offended by that. That burns me a little bit to know that, and I shouldn't be surprised. This is a corporate level thing. This is federal. I shouldn't be surprised that they're talking like this about the people that of YouTube, and these guys on YouTube work hard to get to where they are. A lot of these toxic channels, DB Dobbins or something like that, BD Dobbins or something like that. Those kind of guys are like, and I know there's another one, my personal favorite, which is like, it's not my favorite, sarcasm, but somebody that's out there targeting Vince's SGN right now. There's a channel out there called I Want Vince's SGN's ASS. Like, oh, by the way, this content isn't kid friendly. That won't save you. If you put a disclaimer, if you're on YouTube and you put a disclaimer before the video saying that this content is not for people 13 and below, that won't save you, by the way. So don't use that, okay? The FTC at the end of the day will decide whether your content is kid targeted or not, okay? But I'm personally hurt. That's why I kind of want to quit YouTube. I ain't got to worry about this on Mixer. Mixer take care of their streamers, okay? Clearly, they ended up pulling over Ninja and freaking Shroud. Like, they take care of their streamers. You know what I'm saying? Not to say that Mixer is the best streaming platform, because I'm almost certain they got some corporate level stuff that be going on. That's some really funky stuff that they be doing too. But I trust Mixer more. Heck, I'm already monetized by them. It won't be before long before I become a Mixer partner. You know what I'm saying? Like, or let me rephrase that. It won't be long before I have the ability to become a Mixer partner. Like, I just feel betrayed. And I'm a small YouTuber. I'm telling all this information because, like, I'm just the messenger. I don't expect this to get out to anybody, okay? Though the family targeted YouTubers are under the most fire, this video was solely created for the smaller YouTubers out there, okay? This is for us unmonetized YouTubers, us small YouTubers just trying to get it in life, us small YouTubers that just want to be a new face on the horizon, trying to give great new content to everyone else. That's what this video is for. That's who this video is for. This video ain't made for kids, and that's not a disclaimer. That is. I don't mean to say that to save my own channel, but that's the thing. Like, this channel isn't for kids. I'll admit it. I'm not trying to target kids, but I have kids that follow me, and I have no problem with that. But the FTC does. So I will say this: as for Urban Mauler Gaming, as for my channel, it will be on a hiatus. I will leave links down below to where you can go make a difference and try to get the FTC to tell them that this COPPA law is just wrong. It needs to be either rewritten or revoked. One of those two, because a lot has changed over the 2 decades since this law was instated. I will leave links down in the comment box below. Y'all have the chance to make a difference. Yes, us small YouTubers, they hear us out there until December 9th. I will leave links down in the comment box below, giving you guys the ability to go onto the FTC site. There is a petition on there telling them to do something about this COPPA law. Sign that petition. There is a link where you can go leave your comment. Now, granted, it has to be professional. Okay, this is our time to be professional. This is our time to let the FTC know that what they're doing is not the greatest idea. This is bad. Luckily for us, this is not even like happening yet. This is not set in stone. But as of January 1st, the FTC is going to be cracking down on a lot of these channels. And as of December 10th, there's a possibility that my channel can be taken down. I'm still solely stuck by that. I have not been convinced yet. So if you want to convince me, hit me up in the comment box below. I will leave links down in the comment box below as well. I will say, as of this channel will be going on a hiatus. You will see no uploads from this channel and for the next couple of weeks. If I decide to stay on YouTube, I will let y'all know. If I decide to stay on YouTube, you'll see another video come out, which I have plenty of other videos ready for upload right now, and I have plenty of other ideas. Until if I'm convinced that my channel is completely safe from COPPA and the FTC and from YouTube, those guys sold us out. That's what's got me wanting to delete the channel, is that we were sold out. And I say it, and I speak as we, as in content creators as a whole. I don't expect my message to reach everyone, but this is our time to make a difference. This is our time to try to revert this, all right? Because this COPPA law, people live off YouTube. It's going to knock out a lot of families, a lot of homes, a lot of people that worked doggone hard to get to where they are now. This COPPA law will destroy them. Personally, oh man, I sound like I'm over here preaching to the choir with this one. I'm over here. I want to keep doing YouTube. Clearly, y'all like what I put out there, but this isn't just for me. This is for everyone on YouTube. We want to keep children's privacy safe. That's understood, because nobody, for YouTube to even be doing that willingly for years is scandalous in itself. But to throw the content creators under the bus, that's enough to make me want to quit, because that's scandalous. I've never came across anything so scandalous before. Give or take, I've witnessed worse, a little bit worse, but personal stuff, not overall. I had a chance to make a difference. I went and put comments down, professional comments, on the FTC's page, letting them know that this is not a good idea. I even signed a petition because I want to keep doing this. I'm willing to do what I can to fight to stay on this channel, and I only have a few weeks to do it, guys. So bear with me, okay? I want to stick around for you all, and I know you as a content creator wants to stick around for all of us here. I know you as a casual YouTube watcher wants to see all this good content on YouTube. I know you want to see this, so help us make a difference. Go onto the FTC's page, leave a professional comment telling them that this ain't right. I want you to get out of that. I want you to go to the next link, sign the petition to tell them to do something about this law. Revoke it, make it more lenient, sign the petition. Help us make a difference. I did it. I left 3 comments and I signed the petition. I'm doing what I can to try to push this thing back. But I'm not as big as PewDiePie. I'm not as big as Markiplier. I'm not as big as these YouTubers out here. We're small. We're shrubs out here in this forest. So help us climb to the top. Sign a petition. Leave your comment. This channel will be going on a hiatus until further notice. Until then, I will be on the Mixer streaming platform. I will be focusing solely on streaming. But in the time that I'm not focusing on my streaming and I'm not working, I'll be working hard to try to push this thing back. It's calm before the storm right now, and the storm hits on December 10th, and the bigger one comes on the 2020 of January. Help us make a difference before those times. Until then, Urban Mauler out.